All right, Taurus. In order for anyone to resonate with today's reading, you're going to have an open mind. You're going to have to be in a headspace where you're ready to really receive this message. You're really ready to really receive this insight, as it will create some type of restriction. It will create some discomfort, possibly even trigger, but it's not intentional to trigger. It is just the truth. So if you're ready to receive the truth, if you're ready to receive that confirmation of your own intuition, then today's reading will resonate with you. It doesn't mean that it won't resonate later on in the future, whenever you're ready to receive it. So even if you do hear it now, that's okay too. As everything happens for a divine reason. All right. So if you've been on the fence about this type of information, or you're on the fence about these types of topics, it's just a perspective, until it becomes true or real for you and only you. So remember to only take what resonates, leave the rest. All of my readings are timeless. So whenever you're guided to it, that's when you're meant to receive it. All right. This is going to be a true message for trailblazers, pioneers, all right, innovators, self-made victors, self-made characters. Those of you that have incarnated with a divine mission, you work very closely with the Creator. You work very closely with the universe. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. So for all of you that have been integrating your higher self with your fleshly self, right? Your higher self was projected outside of yourself in order for you to follow the clues, follow the yellow brick road, if you will. So all of the fables and different things like that you've been guided to has been to help you perceive all spectrums of the rainbow, all spectrums of light, of information that has already been recorded or downloaded inside of you. Okay, this is about you accessing them, you retrieving them to your frontal lobe, or you retrieving them to your consciousness. Okay, so all of your memories are already inside of you. It's not outside of you. It's not somewhere you have to find it. They're already inside of you. What's happening is, as you're ready to receive certain messages, as you're ready to receive certain confirmations, the universe, your reality, will interact with your mirror. Okay? You ever saw a mirror on the wall? Your reality will react with your mirror, right? Or the mirror that Belle used. The reality reacting to that mirror. So the mirror, you are the mirror. Okay? And what you see projected outside of you is only a reflection of the information that you're retrieving from that mirror. So again, at all times, just enough is going to come through. Just enough of what you need to know, just enough of how much of that information you need to recall is going to come to your awareness. Imagine having all those Akashic memories, all those books coming in at one time. You will crack. Okay, so it's like your capacity to remember something is done in doses. Okay, it's like going to go get a second round, or I said second round. That was a glitch. Okay, but it's like going back to go get a booster. Okay, so every time something happens, like sadness, pain, unrequited love, blocked emotions, even sex, even as well, are acts of release. When you release that steam or you get heated up, right? If you think about the design of a teapot, right? The pot has water already in it. So think of water like memory, right? The structure, which is the vessel, right? The teapot holds the water. And when it reaches the right temperature, breaking points, something happens. That's why I'm saying everything as above, so below, the engineer, the main character, the universe, they're all playing together. They're all conspiring together to facilitate a epic tale. Okay. So all of this is a part of releasing steam. So when the whistle blows, okay, it will allow the levees to fall. It will allow all of those blockages to come down, and a burst of memories will come flooding all at once. Okay. That burst of memories is what you want to allow to happen. So when you feel restrictions like the Two of Swords that we saw at the very beginning, that's a confirmation that something is coming. Someone is coming to create great sadness or to create pain necessary for you to release steam. Now, here's where you need to know how steam works, right? There's a controlled environment and then there's an uncontrolled environment. A teapot is an example of a controlled environment. It whistles. It's all going through one particular channel, but you've created the precipitation necessary, right? You decided where it was going to go versus it being all over the stove or all over you. So you don't put too much, right? You don't put too much water in the pot, because if you put too much water, now the water is going to rise and come out of the hole. And it's going to be not only steam and the whistle sound, it's not only going to be sound, water, and you're going to have it boiling over, right? I'm sure you guys have seen that happen before in a pot. That will boil over, and then now you'll have boiling hot water, a big mess of it. Okay, so something is coming that is intended to do what it's supposed to do. But you have the key. You know what's happening. You can read between the lines. You can see so much more. Your perception of all colors of the rainbow has been heightened. Okay, whoever you guys are, because I'm talking to one person, but one of you represents millions. Okay, so this burst of memories that are about to come flooding in, it's going to come in as a way to trigger some type of, it's intentional, okay? Because let me go back to this part here. You were built this way intentionally. So you may ask, well, why does it take pain, or why does it take all those different things? It's the only way to open a door, to create a third option, to reveal to you a third choice. All right. And I feel like over time, when you need to know why that too, it'll show up. Okay. But in the meantime, at this particular junction where we're communicating, you have a natural biological makeup that will never be oppressed. So you have always been that type of engineer, or that you have that ingenuity where if you felt like you were stuck in a situation, your mind starts to think of a million ways to get out of it, right? If you were unhappy as a child, you may have been willing to run away, right? Willing to keep the secret to yourself, create your master exit, and disappear. You're capable of being here one moment and gone in the next. That is a gift. That is something that You were built that way for a strategic reason. It's not by chance, it's not by coincidence. It's you are stardust, okay? Pressed against coil or coal. And when you're heated up, something else magical happens, right? If you saw in the movie Elements, she was like fire, but she could turn sand into glass. Okay, that's the type of self-made energy that I'm talking about. That's the type of conductor, manifester, magician, all these different things you possess. You see here, you just have to be uncomfortable for a long period of time, and then all these infinite possibilities awaken to you. All these different channels and branches become accessible at your disposal. Do you see here? Okay. Upright, this is pretty much saying like you had to get grounded, you had to get uncomfortable, you had to connect or go back to basics in order for you to receive the illumination and then sprout the growth. So when we're here, Spirit is saying you're at a state where you are sprouting out of the ground. Okay, you're ascending to that above state of consciousness. 1212, as I said that. So you will never be able to be oppressed too long. I don't care if this is, people may be like, you're sick. Why are you still trying to get out of bed? Because that is a state of feeling down or oppressed for too long. And you just not built that way to be stuck, incapacitated, or this is how you have people that have one leg but they still play sports. They're just not built to be down too long. Their ability to perceive a new reality creates branches that unlocks parts of their consciousness that's no longer restricted to the mundane levels of normal. They create the new standards of normal. They are the shifters. They are the ones doing it, okay, from the inside, okay, out. So they want you to know that you're never able to be oppressed unless you want to be, okay? So you respond to a hourglass. Like for your time, like I said, you're in that hangman energy. Your response to experiences is like the hourglass. All right. You respond to the sands of time. That's where you meet. Yeah, that's where you meet. I don't know what that means. Take it how it resonates. So let's get into the channel message. I was just channeling you guys and really trying to connect with the download that I received. So let's talk about you. Okay, so the channel message today is really about you and no one else, because we have the Three of Wands here, and you see how even though you have these three birds, there's still someone in the middle. Okay, so there's something about the Holy Trinity that's significant here, and because if you see here, we have masculine energy, right? Which is wands. If you turn it upside down, you have feminine energy. Okay, so there's a connection with your feminine energy, but in order to receive the emotional confirmation of those memories, you have to unlock the mental restraints. You see all these ties connected to this sword. This is depicting the thoughts, the memories of the pain in correlation to your emotions. So when you can finally see in the middle how these memories have been like swords or thorns in your side, you get the third choice opens up for you, because no one can open this chamber but you. You have created this chamber of flow, of levies, that was engineered. You engineered this so strategically where nobody can unlock this but you. And if a person attempts to unlock this levy, that will send a clock. you will put that person on a notice. You will run away from it, right? This triggers that running away because you have some type of pyramid, ancient chamber system that when attempting to access it, when attempting to look into it, when attempting to experience it, you will either die trying, or a person will die trying, which means they'll be forever transformed, or when they see what's on the other side, they'll have enough wisdom, okay? Enough perception to be able to handle what's on the other side of that door. Think of your heart like a door. And there's a lot on the other side of that door, right? So what they're saying is that you've carefully placed these triggers for yourself, okay? And you've placed them in other people. So when you come on this journey and you meet other people, it's like going to the Oracle in Matrix and meeting, it's like Neo going to the Oracle to ask a question, all right? And she tells you pretty much that like, don't worry about the vase, it's already gonna fall. Don't worry about making a mistake, it's already gonna happen. You must make mistakes in order for the levees to fall. You must hurt each other. It will not be rainbows and lollipops. So when you place that restriction over perfection, you would do more harm to it than necessary. It's really about releasing yourself from feeling the burden of not being perfect, or the burden of not having titles, or the burden of whatever brought Neo into to go see the Oracle to begin with. Something brought him to go see her. But nonetheless, he still needed to drop the vase. He still needed to fumble something, okay? Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and go fumble something intentionally because, you know, you hear this message and you're like, oh, okay, then why am I worrying so hard? No, what I'm saying to you is that the right person will come along and they will trigger you. You'll start to feel things. You'll start to wonder, have memories come up. You'll start to feel confused. Some of you guys, you may receive memories of past lives, and you may be wondering, well, is it that person, this person, or that person? Those memories, think of it like if I were to take 3 different downloads, 3 different memories, and let's say one memory was person A, one memory was person B, and then C. And then now we're integrating. What does integrating do? You bring all of them like this, right? So at first, they were separate perceptions, and separately is how you interacted with it because that's the only way that you can see them differently. But what if I told you that every single perception is the same energy, okay, but different memories, all coming together as one? So when you see that fragment, or this fragment, it's really the same. It's really the same collection of memories, just spread it out, okay? And some of you have received triggers of those memories throughout your journeys. Like, let's say between the ages of 1 to 12, you had a great love, right? And they may have tried to make you do something against your will, right? And then between, 12 to 21, right? Pay attention to your finances. You may have come across a swindler or someone that was an opportunist, right? And then you have 3, protected from negative forces beyond your control. And then let's say you ran into someone, let's do the math. 21, let me do something for you. Yeah, let's say between 21 and onward, maybe you were longing for something, longing for more. And this is the connection where you may have found yourself in one night stands, or connections where it was strictly platonic, but there was emotions there, but it just didn't feel like the end of the story, right? All of that was necessary. And then look what we have, the last one. We have arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. So all of these three things, all of these three memories, people, you went through some type of relationship on the latter end. Some of y'all may still be, right here between, dealing with people that try to make you do things against your will, narcissists, and then people that try to use you for your money, take advantage of you. You're coming out of that, some of y'all. So let me slow down. If you're experiencing connections where it's like right here, you keep meeting the same type of connections, it's all a part of it. Eventually something is going to trigger you, and it's going to force you, course direct with this arrow here, to here. Okay, protected from negative forces beyond your control. This is where you clean out the closet. This is where you meet the shadow work. This is where you really process that pain. There are going to be people that you meet where you feel like, oh my God, I felt like that was my person because they helped me release so much pain. You were meant to meet them. They were meant to trigger you. It may have came into the point where you were trying to get them to commit, or you were trying to get them to pursue the connection long term. But this is the phase of your journey where you meet connections where it's not you, it's them. You'll hear that statement a lot, or God's protection. Rejection is God's protection. You'll hear that a lot too. It doesn't mean nothing is wrong with you. It means that at this phase on your journey, you're resting with a higher power. Okay, the Holy Trinity. So you can experience your emotions. So that path of being stubborn, masculine, and a super dominant, super independent, hyper independent, all of those experiences is your masculine energy. And like I said, what cleaning out the cobwebs do for you, it helps you experience the other side of the star, right? So this is that Star of David energy where the wait is over, the work is done, and so you should receive your reward, right? Excuse me. Okay, what were we saying, Spirit? All right. Something about breaking your connection. All of this is about helping you leave the nest. Helping you leave the nest after you've cleared out your cobwebs, after you've retrieved the necessary memories, after you've been triggered enough, after you have gone through the riddle of yourself. What happens next? Arrow. That third option opens. You're on the right path. You get that reassurance, and you go through that hole, right? Think of it like Alice in Wonderland. You go through that small door. It's gonna feel small, but it's big. It's big because it's a phase on your journey where you're not in reflection of those things or asking yourself why anymore, or how. It's a space of acceptance. I'm accepting that I'm about to do this. I'm accepting that I'm about to make this decision. The Four of Wands is what's coming next. You get what I'm saying? Just like we have the Three of Swords, the Three of Wands, you're going into the healing version of connections, the healing where you're able to get back out there and go to events and parties and really not feel as if the experiences that you have while you're there is going to make or break you. The people that are attracted to you, you're going to be able to identify, the shady comments, the things that people say, but it has no real hold on you in the same way that it used to. But that's because you have pretty much figured out your own maze. Okay. That all of these were necessary. And they're also saying that this can come up against the club here is being beat over the head, right? It's also childhood memories, like I said, spanking and stuff like that. So it's no coincidence that this is showing up triggers. All of these are major triggers for you on your journey, Taurus. So this next phase, I don't know why I smelled a baked potato. I smelled chives, cheese, salt and pepper, sour cream. It just smells like a good ass baked potato. I don't know. Something may be like a baked potato, or maybe you're eating a baked potato. I don't know. But what's happening next is, like I said, that hourglass. That hourglass is coming because you have opened the floodgates to this awakening. It's done. Something is complete. And if you ever watch like the Egyptian type of pyramids and stuff like that, what was the name of that movie? I can't think of the name of that movie. I think it was Mummy. Yeah, y'all know how in Mummy, every time they went through like a new part of in the pyramid or something like that, there would be some type of rigged situation where they had to figure out the puzzles in order to get the door to open, or they were going to all be buried alive. Like, that's what I'm seeing here. Okay? That's what I'm seeing here. But they want you to know that you placed all of these triggers in other people. So as other people are drawn to you like moths to a flame, there's an experience that you guys are meant to have, and it looks differently for each and every single one of you. But according to these cards here, you should know why they're in your life or why they're coming towards you. You wouldn't know until you get to this point, and that's why I said this won't resonate for everybody, but you'll feel it in your spirit that you're at the point where you can see the characters in your main story. You can see the role that they're meant to play in your main story. And this is why they tell your story. Like, you do this because they tell your story after you leave this incarnation. For some of you, it's like you'll find stories where you're like, damn, that resonates so much with me. You see yourself in that story. Really what's happening is you're remembering your own stories. You're feeling the emotional pain. If it don't make your heart ache, if it doesn't make you feel like, oh my God, that reached inside of me and made me feel some type of way, then it's probably not your story, right? But if you watch a movie and you feel like you have just always resonates with certain stories, you're remembering yourself. You're remembering your past life experiences. Sometimes you'll find yourself embodying those experiences. You may be very good. This is how a lot of actors and actresses are really good at embodying characters, because truthfully, they can resonate. They find something, even if it's very small, to resonate with it and connect. And once they make that link, it's easier to perform. It's easier to do. So that's what I'm seeing here for you, is that it's your story. That's pretty much what they're saying. They just keep reiterating. It's your story. Like, you, the creator and the universe. Let's say you, the engineer and the universe, or you, the creator and the universe. YOU. It's like you, the owner and the universe, has always done this. You've been playing this game with the creator, this engineer, in every incarnation. And it's like you incarnate. They create the riddle, the rhyme. You come in, you incarnate, and you experience the main character. All right. And then the universe conspires to pretty much open secret doors for you, or open loopholes for you. Create like portals where you just time travel. So you're a traveler. That's why I said a lot of your experiences growing up, look at that, the Four of Swords. A lot of your experiences growing up, the reason why they require healing, all right, is because it's connected. Like, all of it is connected. Your pain connects you to great memory. Yes. So it's not like closure in the degree where it's like, oh, I have to close this experience and never to experience it again, because you're going to experience it again in the next life, and the next life, and the next life. A lot of you, this has something to do as well. For those of you where you have successfully ascended, all of those lifetimes are like pages in the everlasting book of the journey that you have with a divine counterpart. Now, in every carnation, you and a divine counterpart don't always end up together, or you don't. It's like you don't get it right every lifetime. But a spark is created. A flame is lit. You get what I'm saying? The sun here. A flame is lit. Something happens. And you get all the perspectives that you need to gain in order to be able to perceive what's on the other side of that relationship. Okay? So now, whoever you are, you're going to know how to facilitate each other. This lifetime, something about this lifetime is very significant, especially for all of my Taurians, where you feel like you're a super old soul that's been doing this for so long. Let's see. Yeah, this is a game. It's time for you to meet your maker. The maker. The King of Swords energy, really, we have 333. Yeah, it's time for you to meet your maker. That's what you're about to meet, because you have a great purpose or a great mission. You have a great purpose here. Something has to happen. Something's about to occur that has something to do with the right. This is like, it feels like a key is being slid through like a hole, and it's meant to turn, but it hasn't turned yet. But the key fits. Something about the key fits. All of all the pieces have been acquired to make this jump. Yeah. And the only thing that's missing is the 3 of Cups, which is what? Emotions. You have thoughts here. We have action here. We have resources here. But we're missing the celebration. There's one more thing that has to happen to make it the perfect turn of events, series of events. This is very interesting. I'm super intrigued. Need to sip some tea. That's what I'm saying. Something is about sipping tea. Something worth talking. A great voyage. The closing of a great chapter. Someone could be retiring as well. Someone's also closing a chapter in their life. No more failure. If you failed many times before, that's ending. And when I see cobwebs, this is also reminding me of clearing out the cobwebs of old stories. Somebody's memories are about to be erased. Why are the memories about to be erased? Yeah, but in order for your memories to be erased, you have to fall to be reborn again, right? As soon as I said fall, You have to fall in order to be reborn. You got to let it all go. You got to release to let it all go. Some of you guys, this may be, engaging. Like I said, intercourse is also a form of releasing steam. And it's a part of releasing old contracts as well. Clearing out your cobwebs. So you can plant new mirrors or new memories. Yeah. So you could put new mirrors on the wall and you can meet new people. Create a new story. You're getting it. You're getting it. There's something that you're getting with the moon in reverse. You're seeing why. You're able to see now why something has to go in a particular type of way. And you see how I was talking about the spectrum of the rainbow? In order to create this, you are a creator yourself. But in order to write a new story, you have to release the old story. The old stories, excuse me. I feel like you're going to meet somebody that knows how to hit the right notes. Okay? They know how to hit the right notes to get the key to turn. So you may have the key that inserts it into it, right? But now that you have the key inserted, which means the notes have already been pressed, dun, 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 right? Which is the horn. So there's music here. To get it to turn will be, it has to be someone else's choice. This reminds me of that moment in The Mummy. Do you know when he was bringing back Anaxanamun? Do y'all remember that? And it was like the right place at the right time. He went on this journey to get all the pieces, and then he had her on the table, right? Now, without the gruesome part of the sword, right? Think of the sword like information. Let's talk about it from a more symbolic standpoint. Information, which is memories, right? Downloads, which is necessary. That integration of memories and downloads simultaneously happening at once would be where that crossover or that portal would open, because we have another 3 here, which is the what is that? The Empress, yeah. And so there she was, right? He was bringing in her energy. This is also saying here with the Ten of Swords that this is bringing in a divine energy as well. So this is also an act of portal opening that happens when you have intercourse, is what they're saying. Now, the real question becomes, at the point in which you are about to turn this key and make a major decision, because this is also the house. The 3 of Wands is also the house. In pursuit of building a house, right? A foundation. There's an incarnation. There is definitely an incarnation. It's like the heavens opening up and someone is reincarnating. Told you, with the full energy. Yeah, someone is reincarnating. And the call, Like someone's reincarnating from their spiritual body into a physical body. I told you, manifesting it. Someone that died is reincarnating. And you've been the person chosen to reincarnate through. It's giving me Lilith energy with this Four of Swords. And it will be a reason it's like it's going to bring the Three of Cups, great celebration, great reward, and it's going to bring it right here. That's the missing piece. The Three of Cups, like this has to happen on a certain moon cycle, a certain celebration, during a certain event. Okay. Told you, the Empress. You have two Empress, two Judgment cards. Oh yeah. There's like two sides to this, because this Empress in this deck gives me very reserved. It gives me very regal, reserved, royal, right? Abundant nonetheless. This version of the Empress gives me, like powerful, majestic, mystical. It also gives me more sensual energy here. So however this happens for you is going to allow you to feel like when people come in contact with you, they're going to feel like the heavens have opened up. It's like a vibration here. So wherever you go, it's like the Three of Cups energy. Good times, good vibes, celebration. It's going to feel abundant, right? And that's where that rainbow spectrum is coming from. You see what I'm saying? Happiness. And like I said, it's not always about the incarnation of a physical person. This is also your higher self as well, may be coming back down, like may upload, okay? Download. And it's like upload, download. I feel like that's the integration, completion of that integration. So for each person is different, but for some of you, it is the portal of a beckoning of a reincarnation of a physical person outside of yourself. For others of you, it's your higher self integrating into its fleshly body, so you will walk and wield the power of yourself far more freely, far more open. You're no longer this person that hides behind the phone. You're no longer this person that hides behind the mirror. You become a moving mirror where the world or your reality will only reflect what you feel on the inside. You will move crowds, you will move rooms, and that's the effect, the ripple effect. You will echo this across universes, dimensions. Damn, Spirit. So there's a lot leading up to this moment. Look what I said. Higher self, alignment. You had to get rid of these limited beliefs. You're coming out of the box, out of your shell, and your higher self is coming to play, okay? Who you really are is coming to play. That's what I'm seeing here. That is what I'm tapped into. Look at this. Yeah, you're no longer identifying with this struggle, okay? The memories and experiences being a thorn in your side. All right. As well, this is no longer having to experience sacrificial lamb type of stories. We have 22, 21. Yeah. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. So there's a lot that still has to be kept from you. Okay. So that this doesn't fail. So failure is not an option. That's what it's saying. Failure is not an option. but you're being set free. You're being set free, honey, from this. Whatever this was, whatever this is. Oh, they are breaking you out of prison. You're being broken out of prison. But that's what I have for you guys with this message. I'm going to get you a closing message. And I'm really curious to see what comes out tomorrow, what comes out the next couple of days, because I feel like Spirit has a treat for you guys. All right, so we have always prepared. I told you. You have a squirrel. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future, and life will give you all you need. Period. Taurus, I'm sending you lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey. Until tomorrow. Bye-bye.